Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to try really hard to make this video not like super long, but if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I've been talking a little bit about spilling some tea about my previous living situation, so now it is time to fill you in. A lot of you may have watched the video about Vegan Jared and I moving in together, and I'm in my new place. The next video we'll do like an apartment tour type thing, but we're still unpacking boxes and setting stuff up, so not ready for that just yet. But we decided like it was time to move in together. But that is only one reason why I left my previous living situation, where I was on a month-to-month lease, so like with 30 days notice I could leave whenever I wanted, which was so nice. Let me give you guys a little bit of backstory. So I moved into a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house with a couple. They shared the master bedroom, and they also had 2 other rooms that they used as offices and stuff. There was an Arizona room. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically like there was a patio on the back of the house that people bricked up and made into square footage for the house. So they had that entire space as well, that one of the girls was using as a home office. So they basically had 90% of the square footage in the house. They also had all the furniture and everything already, so I had to get rid of a bunch of mine because there literally was just like no place to put it. And I basically had my room. And for the entirety of the time that I lived there, it literally looked like a storage shed with a bed in it because I basically just had boxes stacked up against the walls because there was no place to put it. I have like every kitchen thing you can think of, but there was no place to put it, so it all stayed in boxes. So basically, when I moved in, I knew what I was getting into. Like, I knew that they had the majority of the house, but I was okay with it because the master bedroom was like on the other side, and so I was on the other side, and I had my own bathroom, even though it was like the hall bathroom. It was still like my bathroom I didn't have to share with anyone. You know, things went along for a couple months and it was fine. And then the couple broke up after being together for like 7 years, which I didn't think would happen, but of course, nothing good ever happens to me, so that happened. So they broke up, he moved out, and then we got another roommate, just call it roommate B, who then moved into one of the rooms that the couple was using as an office. So then I now had to share a bathroom. Roommate A, who had been living there, who broke up with her boyfriend, she wanted to pay the same amount of rent that she was paying when she lived with the boyfriend, but the scenario changed, so I wasn't willing to pay more money or even the same to now go from having a private bathroom to sharing a bathroom. So that ended up being that roommate B ended up having to pay more money because roommate A also refused to pay any more money, even though they now had a whole master bedroom and bathroom to themselves, and also still an office and the Arizona room. I got into it a little bit with roommate A before roommate B moved in because I was like, there's only one covered parking spot that you monopolize, no one else can park in it. You have all this space, you have all this counter space, kitchen space, whatever, and we basically just have a room. And she said that that was the perks that she gets for living there longer, which I've never heard someone say in my entire life. And I have told numerous people about this situation and they all think she's nuts and it's super unfair and whatever. Right when they broke up, we should have renegotiated everything. I feel strongly that rent should always be divided by bedrooms. So if you have the master bedroom and a second bedroom and 2 other people have the other 2 bedrooms, the other 2 people pay 25% and the person with 2 rooms pays 50%. And then utilities, you just split 3 ways. But I realized that wasn't going to happen because roommate A literally refused to pay like another penny. So roommate B was actually paying more money than anyone to have a bedroom about the same size as mine and share a bathroom. So the person with a master bedroom, an office, the entire Arizona room was not paying the most money, which makes no sense. Also, there was like a feud with the air conditioner because me and roommate B can't sleep if it's hot, so we would turn the air down at night and we'd wake up in the middle of the night and roommate A had clicked it back up. So we'd wake up like sweating. So then I'd have to go into the hallway and tick it down again. It was fucking annoying. Also, one time roommate A told me that they were having a surprise bachelorette party at the house on a Sunday night before I had to go to work, and like literally told me as people were coming over. So they were super loud all fucking night. I kept texting like, hey, can you guys keep it down? Like, we have to work in the morning, and would get no response to the text. And then like hours later would be like, oh, I just saw this, sorry. Woke up to like obviously like a destroyed house, like dick confetti all over the backyard and just tons of dishes and stuff all over the place. But I was just more annoyed at the fact that it was like, usually if you're gonna have like a party, you give your roommates like a heads up, not just as people are coming over. So I thought that was like super disrespectful, especially on a fucking Sunday night. Like, who does that? Also, because I had the hall bathroom, all the guests that would come over would use my bathroom, and people would drink and somehow like knock all my stuff on the floor and leave it there. Dudes would like pee on the floor somehow, use all my toilet paper, which I know sounds petty, but it's like the principle of the fact. Like, if you're having a fucking party, outfit the bathroom or at least clean it after your people leave. So I literally had to like clean dudes' pee off the front of the toilet. So like, I definitely wouldn't call myself OCD, but there's one thing that I freak out about, and that is locking doors. So whenever I leave my house, I check that the door is locked like 3 times because I'm a weirdo. And in this house, there was like a front door and a back door, and there were multiple times where I woke up in the morning, I was the only person home, and the back door was left wide open. And roommate A would do that because she had a dog and didn't want to keep getting up to let the dog in and out, so she'd just leave the back door open, but then would leave it open when she left the house. And that stressed me out a lot, because we also didn't have locks on the gates in the backyard, and it backed up to like an alley, so really anyone could have like walked in the house. And I don't own a lot of stuff, but the stuff that I have, I need and I can't replace. So I don't know, there were multiple times where I was like, hey, can you just like try to make sure you lock the door? Because like, I don't want weird people coming in here. And it just like totally went ignored. Another thing that makes no sense is she would move my stuff and roommate B's stuff around all the time. Like, if we had stuff in the kitchen, she would like, if it was on a shelf, she'd like relocate it to another shelf. And it was weird. Like, I would never touch someone's stuff unless I texted them and was like, hey, is it cool if I move your crock pot into this cabinet so I can make space for XYZ? So she would move our stuff all the time, and that was really weird. Eventually it got to a point where I was like, I'm paying basically a third, plus or minus like $50, to basically have a room and just no covered parking, and have to park on the street under the poop tree because pigeons would poop all over my car. And I just like was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I'm 34 years old. This is ridiculous. This house is disgusting, guys. Like, when I moved in, I'm gonna post one picture of the refrigerator, what it looked like when I moved in, because it was fucking disgusting. I cannot believe that people live like that. So like, I cleaned out the fridge and was like dry heaving as I was doing it. And there's like cobwebs everywhere. I don't think anyone ever dusted anything the entire time they were there, like for 3 years. I had to vacuum constantly. When the couple was still together, like, the guy never cleaned, so I was constantly vacuuming up his dog hair, and they got into it a lot about cleaning, and he said it didn't bother him, and she's like, okay, but you live with 2 other people that it does bother. And it just, fucking hate roommates, dude. To go from living alone for 3 years to like literally probably worst case scenario, like the only thing they didn't do as far as I know was like steal shit. It was just terrible. And anytime that we would talk about like, the rent seems unequally divided, and when roommate B moved in, roommate B and roommate A kind of like not share a bathroom, but they both have doors to the master bathroom, so it's kind of like a Jack and Jill situation. But I only have access to the hall bathroom. Otherwise, I literally have to walk through someone's bedroom to get to the bathroom, which like I'm not gonna do. So it was my understanding that the hall bathroom was going to be kind of the backup bathroom. So if one of them was in like the master one, they could walk around the hall and like use mine. But to not have mine be like the main one, because if someone is in there, I literally can't get to another bathroom. I was told that that was communicated to roommate B, but then I found out later on that roommate A told her she has to use the hall bathroom, that is her bathroom. And like roommate A would lock the inside of the bathroom door so roommate B couldn't get to it from her room. And it was just like a whole bunch of like fucked up, petty stuff. And like, I expect a lot more from like a 30-year-old woman. But what are you gonna do? So, yeah, so I'm out of that situation now, and I'm happy to be in a clean house where I can leave the air conditioner at whatever I want and live with my boyfriend and not have to deal with gross, disgusting, petty, unfair bullshit. That's the tea. About roommate A. Roommate B, we're still cool. Like, I invited her to a housewarming party that we're gonna have here. So, yeah, I just fucking hate the word perks now. Like, it's ridiculous. But yeah, that's that. I'll post an apartment tour video, I don't know, sometime in the next couple weeks. If you have any questions, let me know, or tell me your horrible roommate stories to make me feel better about mine. And I'll see you later. Okay, bye.